Hi guys. So, where were we? We talked about Jacob and Esau, and I found it kind of interesting. He talks a little bit about Esau. It says when Esau was 40 years old, he married Judith, daughter of blah blah blah, also blah blah blah. So, he had two ladies, Judith and Bashemath. And they were a source of grief for Isaac and Rebekah. It's kind of funny to me that there's this thing that adults do when they get married. They have in-laws. Okay, so like when me and Mom got married, now I have a mother-in-law. That's Evelyn. So Nana is my mother-in-law. So since I'm married to Michelle, her mother is my mother-in-law. And then Dolores, Grandma, is Mom's mother-in-law. Okay? And our family, hopefully, I think everybody loves each other for the most part and really try to get along and genuinely really enjoy each other most of the time. But a lot of families, men really don't like their mother-in-laws, and mother-in-laws really don't like the guys that married their wife or married their daughters, and they think that he never takes good enough care of my daughter and stuff like that. So Esau got some women that really bothered Isaac and Rebekah. Alright, but so today we're going to talk about Jacob and Esau. They have another little skirmish here, and it kind of goes back to what Jacob did when Jacob stole Esau's birthright. Today he's going to steal something else. It's called the blessing. Okay, now in the culture back then, the daddy at the very end of his life, he would give this really special like ceremony. I wish I could understand it a little bit better, but obviously it was like very very important to the oldest boy that he would not only would get all dad's stuff, but he'd also get a blessing. Okay, and it was like a ceremony sort of. Kind of similar to a wedding, but probably even more important to a young man than when he got married was when his daddy would bless him. All right, and what his dad would do is he would speak words over him, and it was kind of like a prophecy, and they really believed that what Dad said would come true, and they wanted to hear Dad say good things, right? So you would wait your whole life for your dad at the very end of your dad's life, for your dad to sit down with you, to put his hand on you, and to bless you and talk about how God's going to do great things in your life, and the great things are going to happen. Now that would certainly happen as Dad saw that boy grow up, and he saw what was inside that boy. He would know the potential that boy had, and then he would know what the Lord was doing in his life, and he would speak a blessing. And we'll never understand in our culture what that was like. I guess the best thing would be for a daddy to say, "I'm proud of you," but it doesn't even come close. So just know that the blessing that a daddy would do at the end of his life for his kids was like the bomb, one of the greatest things that could ever happen. All right, so Jacob is going to steal it from Esau. So Isaac was getting old, and he said, "I'm now old, and I do not know the day of my death. Now, then, he said to Esau, "Go get get your weapons and your quiver and your bow. Go into the open country, hunt some wild game for me. Prepare me the kind of tasty food that I like." So he's like, "Esau, I'm fixing to die. I want you to fix me a nice meal, and we're going to do this blessing thing." So what he's basically saying. So Esau left and went to the open country. As soon as he took off, Rebekah, who was the mom, got Jacob, who was her favorite. He said, "Okay, I overheard." When Esau left the open country, Rebekah said to Jacob, "Look, I have overheard your father say to your brother Esau, 'Bring me some tasty food, and then I will going to bless you in the presence of the Lord before I die.' Now, listen carefully to me. Do what I tell you to do. Go out to the flock, choose 2 young goats, so I can prepare some tasty food, just like he always likes." And Jacob said to his mother, "But my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a man of smooth skin. What if my father touches me? It would appear like I was tricking him. It would appear like I'm totally doing what I'm doing, tricking him." So his mother said, "Just do what I say." Verse 13, Genesis 27. Just do what I say. So he went and he got them. He brought them back to his mother. She prepared some yummy food. And then Rebekah took the best clothes of Esau, her older son, and gave them to Jacob to put on. She also covered his hands and the smooth part of his neck with the goat skins, so he would appear to be hairy. And she handed her son, Jacob, the tasty food and the bread she had made. And he went into his father. And he said, "My father." "Yes, my son." "Who is it?" "I am Esau, your firstborn." But it's not, it's really Jacob. "And I have done as you told. Please sit up and eat some game so that you can give me your blessing." Isaac asked his son, "How did you find it so quickly?" Because usually it takes a long time to go out in the woods and find a deer and kill it and haul it back. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "How'd you find it so quickly?" Jacob said, "The Lord your God gave me success." Then Isaac said to Jacob, I can just see the suspicious in his eyes, he's all suspicious. "Come near me so I can touch you, so I can know whether you really are Esau or not." Jacob went close to his father. Imagine him going in, because his dad can't see very good. His eyes he's really old and he can't see very good, so he's going in really like, "Oh, I gotta hope we can trick Dad." Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Come near so I can touch you." Jacob went close to his father, who touched him. He touched him, his hands and his hands and his arms and his neck. This is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau. He did not recognize him, for his hands were hairy like those of his brother Esau. And then he said, "Are you really my son Esau?" he asked. "I am," Jacob replied, lying. Then he said, "My son, bring me some of the game to eat, so that I may give you my blessing." Jacob brought it to him. He ate and he drank. Then his father said, "Come here, my son, and I'm going to kiss me." So he went to him and kissed him. When Isaac kissed him, he's feeling his hair, kisses him, he takes a deep breath, he goes, he says, "Ooh." Isaac caught the smell of his clothes, and he blessed him and said, "Oh, the smell of my son is like the smell of the field." And then he pronounces his blessing, and this is the blessing he gave. He said, May God give you heaven's dew." Okay, so that'd be like you're always going to get rain, so your plants you'll have lots of food. Earth's richness, abundance of grain and new wine, so you're always going to have lots of food and happiness and joy in your life. May nations serve you and peoples bow down to you. So you're going to be the boss of everybody. So he's proclaiming this just like it was Esau, but Jacob is getting it. And so basically that's going to happen. is going to happen to him. He's going to have lots of blessings. He's going to have lots of food. He's going to people are going to bow down to him. He's going to be the boss of people. May nations serve you, peoples bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers. And may the sons of your mothers bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed. Alright, so basically Jacob got all the good stuff, right? And then scarcely Isaac finished blessing him. Jacob had scarcely left his father when Esau came in. And so he brought him food, and he said, "Father, get up and eat, so you can bless me." And Isaac trembled violently and said, "Who was it that hunted game and brought it to me? I ate it just before you came by, and I blessed him, and indeed he will be blessed." When Esau heard that his father's words, he burst out with a loud and bitter cry. And he said, "Bless me! Me too, Father! Bless me too, my father!" Exclamation point. He's really ticked off about this. And Esau said, Isn't he rightly named Jacob? He has deceived me 2 times. He took my birthright, and now he has taken my blessing. Esau is really ticked off. Okay? So, Rebecca hears about it, and Esau holds a grudge against his brother, and he says, "The days of mourning for my father are near." Basically, Daddy's going to die pretty soon, and then I'm going to kill my brother Jacob. And Rebecca hears about this, and she says to Jacob, "Jacob, you got to get out of here." Esau's really ticked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Dad that you need to go get a wife, just like Abraham went and got a wife. Came and got me to marry Dad Isaac. We're going to do the same thing for you. We're going to send you away back to home, and you can marry one of my brother's girls. Her brother was Laban, and we're going to send you away to keep you from getting killed by Esau. So Jacob had to run from Esau, and he went to go get a wife from Laban, who was Rebekah, his mother's sister.